Okay. We should be live here. All right. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I am your host, Carlito Santiago, and today we are here to review what went down after Backlash, which sort of a B-level pay-per-view if you ask me. Of course, shout out to Eric Beeson for the Bleacher Report. This is the Monday Night Raw after Backlash 2025. Off the heels of our premium live event that saw Gunther best Pat McAfee, Lyra Valkyria with an upset on Becky Lynch, and Dominic Mysterio retaining his Intercontinental Championship over Penta, Raw hit Netflix airwaves Monday night with a jam-packed card. What went down? Who emerged victorious? And how it affected the brand on the road to Money in the Bank on June 7th. We were in Louisville, Kentucky for this show. So I'm pretty proud of how we're going to start off. Before anything, as you know, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a stream. Let's get right into it as we open up with CM Punk's first promo since WrestleMania 41. Woo! For the first time since his loss at WrestleMania 41, perpetuated by a shocking portrayal by Paul Heyman, CM Punk took to the squared circles to address the WWE Universe at the top of Raw. He addressed that betrayal and called out Heyman and eventually got the Wise Man in turn. But he also got Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. A verbal exchange ensued before things turned physical. The heels attacked Punk, benefiting from the numbers advantage before Sami Zayn made the save. But that wasn't enough, though, so Jey Uso made his presence felt, and the babyfaces cleared the ring. A solid way to follow up the closing moments of last week's show. It again drew the battle lines and highlighted the disadvantage Rollins and co have. Might that mean that there is another addition to the group before too long to even the odds with the babyfaces? Possibly, because, of course, that Saturday Night Main Event, it will be Seth fucking Rollins going with Braun Breaker. I was about to say going alone. No, he will be teamed up with Braun Breaker to take on CM Punk and Sami Zayn in a tag team match. Now, I'm trying to really think if there's anybody who could join the group. They'd have to hate Zayn and Punk. It can't really be McIntyre because he hates Rollins. That's a good question. That's something to think about. Who the fuck joins Rollins and Breaker? Leave your thoughts in the comments. This was great at B+. This is a great way to open the show. If you guys missed it too. Where you at, Penguin? I'm mad at that little that Team CM Punk, Seth Rollins. I love that Punk said that about Rollins. It's funny. Wise man, understand that whatever words you choose, they will be your last. And Punk also brought up and mentioned that this has happened before, of course, mentioning that the portrayal of Punk happened before. Remember, 2013, CM Punk was betrayed by Paul Heyman for Brock Lesnar, and of course another person who we're not going to name on this stream because their name is irrelevant to this broadcast. But next up, we got a little one-on-one match between, of course, Chad Gable and Penta. It's nice to see Chad Gable here, of course. Just 48 hours after costing Penta the IC title, Chad Gable battled the Masked Luchador in singles competition. Wait. What are you talking about? Costing Penta. That was El Grande Americano. Hello? That wasn't Chad Gable. You're fucking delusional. Gable controlled throughout the commercial break, wearing Penta down. Post-break, though, the popular babyface mounted a comeback, survived an ankle lock, and delivered a Mexican destroyer to secure the victory. You guys know I'm just fucking with you. Like, we all know Chad Gable is El Grande Americano. I'm just fucking with you guys. A solid match, though nowhere as good as their contest on the night Penta debuted in WWE. This was an way, hopefully I said that word right, probably not, to highlight the ongoing rivalry between the Luchadors and Gable. Well, Gable's a Luchador. He's an American Luchador, but that's not supposed to be the point. Even if it's not necessarily to do anything to advance it. If it really didn't. So, you get what you get, WWE. WWE Medical cleared me to get back into the medical. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that, too. Pat McAfee, perfect timing, just shows up during the beginning of this fucking match. And everybody's cheering for him. He also popped a blood vessel in his eye. So, hope he recovered. Hope you're recovering. But yeah, Pat McAfee coming back to the commentary. I don't know. That felt a little awkward. We really should have done that during commercial break. I don't think it felt weird. It felt weird to do that. What also felt weird is to have the tag team champions not compete. Instead, having another match with other tag teams that, whatever. The World Tag Team Champions, the New Day, joined Cole and McAfee at the commentary desk, as, of course, the War Raiders battled the Creed brothers. With both teams jockeying, chicken jockey, for position in the hunt for a shot at the heels. The Creeds dominated the action, working over Ivar heading into and coming out of the commercial break. A much-needed tag to a much-needed tag to Eric sparked a babyface comeback, but it was for naught as Kofi Kingston rose from the commentary desk, knocked Ivar from the top rope. The heels utilized the Brutus Ball for the victory, so we got the heels winning. This was also tough to watch. I kind of shut my TV off, honestly, way before this. Not because there was anything wrong with the in-ring work, but because the fans were silent. The lack of energy. And that's something that you don't want to have. You want to have more energy into this. So honestly, I always thought like this would rejuvenate, like having heel tag teams, like who's going to chase after the World Tag Team Championships? Yeah, nobody. Because SmackDown's tag team is a bit better. So maybe during a draft, we could have some different tag teams move in. And we should have had a tag team match at fucking Backlash, but we didn't. Whatever. There was a decided lack of energy from the crowd, and the results were a pedestrian bout that failed to hit the way it should have. And that's the thing about tag team wrestling. It doesn't feel like what it used to be. From a creative standpoint, the New Day interfering on behalf of the Creeds and indirectly setting them up for potential number one contenders is interesting storytelling. With Ivar and Eric likely to want revenge, the program will feel like it's destined to end in a triple threat match, probably at Saturday Night Main Event or at Money in the Bank. WWE already announced that this would happen. Backstage, the babyfaces discussed the lack of trust between them. Yeah, they struggled greatly to get the fans into this one. They're getting a C+ for the benefit of the doubt. Raw. Adam Pearce. Word of advice. Mr. Scrap Daddy. Sugar Scrap Daddy, if you're listening. Your tag team's going to need a little more work. All right? Your women's division is good. Your men's division is hot and fire. Your mid-card is doing all right. And as for, your tag team is fucking tanking, dog. It's fucking tanking. Might want to fix that. Jey Uso had to talk to the universe for a sec. Less than 2 weeks before a defense of his World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul, which of course has also been confirmed. Jey Uso will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul. Jey Uso wanted to adjust the fans. So he talked up the match with the social media star, but was unexpectedly cut off by the Ring General, the former World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. What the fuck did this motherfucker have to say? The Ring General revealed massive news to the W Universe. He will be challenging for the winner of Uso and Paul for the world title on the June 9th episode of Raw from Phoenix. Now, why is this important? Why the fuck is this important? I'm going to tell you why it's important. This is great because I like to do this. This is something that I like to do. But let me finish this up. Unfazed by the news or Gunther's threats, Uso vowed to take out the former champion and stood tall to close out the promo segment. The creative team has done a great work portraying Uso as a champion, fending off challenges from all comers, including Paul, Rollins, and now Gunther. The more he battles and fights, the more the crowd will remain loyal to him. True. Now here we go into my deep dive with this. So, why is the June 9th episode of Raw important? I'm going to tell you why it's very fucking important. Because, remember, we've already established this. Go look back up on the screens right here. We already established something here. All right? If you go right back up, okay, at the top of the broadcast, I said Money in the Bank right here, highlighted. Money in the Bank on June 7th. Okay? Money in the Bank, June 7th. If you guys don't believe me, right here, one more time. Right here. If you guys can't see it, June 7th. This is June 9th. That's the Raw after Money in the Bank. So, there's two things that can be expected. All right? There's two things to really expect from what you got here. Number one, Uso is not losing to Paul. Uso is going to beat Paul at Saturday Night Main Event. Now again, it's not a PLE. It's not a pay-per-view. Therefore, I do not predict it. It's an NBC special. So, first off, Uso's going to retain. That's one. Number two, whoever wins the men's Money in the Bank is most likely to cash in on that, episode because there's a World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, we don't know who it could be. Most likely, it could be Braun Breaker who wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, which would be interesting to see because remember, Rollins didn't win the World Heavyweight Championship because of Punk. So now you have Braun Breaker winning the briefcase, and Braun Breaker cashing in and winning against Uso would be, for lack of a better term, interesting. Because it's going to be nice to see how Rollins' ego gets the best of him, especially like from a guy like Braun Breaker, who he brought in as muscle, as basically backup. So, again, it's not about the winner of Uso and Paul. It's more of the ring general is going to literally face Uso on the June 9th episode of Raw. There's still more build to it. We still have next week until Saturday Night Main Event, which will be the 24th. But again, Logan Paul better be coming on Raw and stating his case, because this right now feels one-sided. Uso's retaining. Great news, but again, coming from a wrestling fan of more than 10 years, yeah, you can say that most likely Uso's retaining, and that the possibility of somebody cashing in on that episode during that match is likely. That he was laid out backstage by Breaker coming out of the commercial only further portrayed him as a man with a target on his back. How Uso handles the pressure, and the same pressure Gunther warned him about, will define his story for the foreseeable future. And look at the foreseeable future, guys. Look at who just laid him out. Braun Breaker. But it was something that Seth Rollins wanted to happen, so. But as Uso was entering the arena, he made his way through the backstage area. In the background, Finn Balor was seen talking to Roxanne Perez. Wait a minute now. This is the second time in many weeks. Could we be looking at some new additions into, of course, the Judgment Day? Finn Balor's coming to his senses. Finn Balor's coming to his senses to add people. But this was great. This was a B+. This was definitely B+. But now, again, it further fits my thing here with Breaker attacking Uso backstage. Shit. This makes it even fucking better. So, Uso faces Gunther. Braun Breaker wins Money in the Bank. Have Braun Breaker cash in, win the World Championship. Then at SummerSlam, because we'll build up sometime there. We'll have Uso and Breaker fucking fight for the championship at Night of Champions. That would actually be nice. You can have Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker be the World Heavyweight Championship match at SummerSlam with Paul Heyman choosing where his loyalty is, and it's going to be with Braun Breaker. Like, what? Dog! That's insane to think about. Uso said, I'm going to handle the YouTuber. Then me and the ring general are going to run it back. One word. 4 letters. Yeet. The phenomenal AJ Styles done took on one of his closest friends for many years, Finn Balor. Two of the most influential. Maybe I did not use that right. Let me say that again. Two of the most influential professional wrestlers of the last 20 years did battle Monday night when Finn when Finn Balor and AJ Styles squared off. Among the best of their era, they delivered a strong bout that generated chants of "This is awesome," a reaction both are very familiar with. The back-and-forth contest saw neither man grab the sustained advantage before Penta made his presence felt late, wiping out Carlito, me, and JD McDonough at ringside and providing a distraction that allowed Styles to deliver the phenomenal forearm for the victory. The match should have meant more than it did based on who was involved, but it was still a quality contest that saw the right man go over as the mounting tensions within the Judgment Day centered around the power struggle at its core. Dominated late. It will be interesting to see how Balor responds to Mysterio not being at ringside with his teammates, not to mention another loss as he eyes individual gold. The Intercontinental Championship, exactly. That could be the SummerSlam match, which, of course, we've also heard that Finn Balor most likely will be turning babyface in the future. If that's just a rumor right now, it's not by PW Insider. PW Insider actually today revealed that, yes, there is going to be a Saturday Night Main Event. Yes, it's going to be John Cena's final time you're going to see him. And yes, it's going to be in the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I might be going there. I haven't made my decision yet, but I might be going to Boston to see John Cena one last time. Until they confirm that Saturday Night Main Event, like WWE confirms the Saturday Night Main Event for the fucking tickets, we'll find out. But yeah, this was great in NA. Of course it is. It's Styles. It's Balor. Who doesn't want to see that match? And now Balor has more losses than, well, practically the main roster. Like, the entire Raw roster. Becky cut a promo. After a disappointing loss to Lyra Valkyria at Backlash, a defiant Becky Lynch turned her wrath on the fans, calling them out for betraying her when they were supposed to be in it together. She also issued a warning to the women's locker room, promising to hold down her peers while the fire burns brighter and more furiously than ever. This was a perfect way for Lynch to bounce back following up her loss. First, she deflected blame for the loss to Valkyria, like any good heel would. Then she reminded the locker room of how dangerous she was when motivated, which is what she's doing right now, or what she is right now, motivated. That does not bode well with her peers and sets her up for another epic run at the top of whichever women's division she wants to focus her attention on, whether it be the mid-card or whether it be the women's heavyweight. Now, that'd be interesting. Io, Becky, Rhea. Triple H be cooking. Triple H be cooking. Chef H cooking up something in the kitchen. This was great today. I won, and you couldn't see yourself in me anymore. From now on, I am what you say I am. The Eminem also approves. I like that she used that. Now, also, Rusev, another video package aired in which he promised to take back his day, but not until he hurt them. Now, who the fuck is them? Who's them? I don't know them. If you're talking about the people who were here before, they're gone. So you can't really hurt them. So you're going to have to hurt somebody else. But we got our tag team match that I actually want to read to you guys. The original script for this. Until WWE quickly deleted it. So, according to WWE, near the end of this match, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley to take on Roxanne Perez and Julia. It states, near the end, Rhea Ripley decided to walk out on the champ, leaving Io all alone. Julia takes advantage and pins the Women's World Champion. After the match, though, Io Sky attempted to fight back, but was outnumbered once again. But then the lights went out, and the returning team of Asuka and Kairi Sane appeared. They quickly cleared the ring, helping Io back up until Asuka ambushed Io Sky with the poison mist. Kairi Sane was left shocked. The crowd was disappointed, leaving the WWE Universe with questions to be answered. Now, you could say this is probably AI generated, with Io Sky's name being capitalized. Big, heavy capitalization here with it. Now, again, that's not what really happened, but that's something that WWE posted up and then quickly fucking deleted. So, this is why we had this happen. They had a whole direction to have Asuka and Kairi come back, but they decided not to. Maybe that was the case, maybe not. 4 of the best professional wrestlers in WWE competed in Monday night's highly competitive main event match that saw Rhea Ripley and Io defeat Roxanne Perez and Julia. The heels never looked out of place against their higher profile opponents. They dominated the action in the middle portion of the bout before a hot tag from the Women's World Champion to Ripley sparked the comeback. The action broke down, but it was Rhea Ripley who leveled Julia with a headbutt and the riptide to earn the victory. More of this, please. Please, please give us more. The women's division has been the most consistent part of WWE TV for the last 6 months at least, and it showed here. This was a stellar main event that continued the quality of last week's marquee match, while furthering the story of Ripley chasing a title she felt she never should have lost. Now, of course, Julia and Perez probably should have not lost to the extent that they are, but as they see their roles grow, they will earn their high-stake victories, and most likely they will end up on the main roster eventually. I think Roxanne's actually really there right now. Like, I think she's honestly, we can just say she's a part of Raw, but Julia's got her way to go. She's still in NXT, so yeah. And plus, they had a backstage moment. We are not we anymore. So they kind of broke that down, too. And this was great in an 8, and respectively so, especially when you think about what I just read to you before W quickly deleted it, if that is true or not. Who knows? If it was AI generated, again, this is the problem with technology we have, and everybody's got to recognize we got a technology problem, you know? So what was the final grade? Well, Raw continued to be more focused coming out of WrestleMania than it was going in. There is a vision, long-term creative goals that WWE wants to achieve, and it shows. 100% it shows. The slow burns to Ripley and Sky, Balor and Mysterio, and more have been much appreciated, while the company has done a fantastic job treating Uso like the top babyface, wanted by all the top heels. Add in Rollins' quest for total control of WWE, and you have a show that features enough story to keep the fans interested and a distinct direction, which should help quite the criticism Triple H and Co. received for their approach at WrestleMania 41. Again, I liked it. I liked their approach of how they went about it. If you go back and watch if you want to go back and watch the build up to WrestleMania, go ahead, by all means. Be my guest. I think it was 7 long fucking weeks. 7 long fucking weeks of it. And again, they were cooking. They had 7 weeks to cook with, and they used it. And again, I don't see the criticism. What's the criticism? That it took a long time? I don't know. This was a B+ show. Yeah. You had to get a lot of A's in there too. Like when you got the fans like not interested, they got all the little shit moments out first, and then of course they kind of kicked up a notch when they got Uso out there to talk, and then of course they got AJ and Finn, and then they got Becky, and then they got the women's main event, which was nice. This is all of what we needed to kind of bounce us back from a sleepy opener. So I can't wait for next week. A lot of things are going down, especially for what is to come. I did set up some other streams. Of course, you're going to get the SmackDown stream this Saturday. A lot of things are going to go down, but this has been the Raw review. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Let me know what you thought about Monday Night Raw. Please, again, subscribe, drop a like, comment down below. I'll see you guys on Saturday, and then, of course, next Tuesday. And here's the deal. You got Saturday Night Main Event on the 24th. You got NXT Battlegrounds on the 25th. Then you got the Raw episode. And they're all going to be in Tampa. Right? So they're all going to be in Tampa. So Saturday Night Main Event, NXT Battlegrounds, Monday Night Raw, and NXT. All during Memorial Day week. And I hope you guys also have a great week there. But for this week, they're going to get themselves into a pace, and they're going to start doing Money in the Bank qualifying matches. I can't wait for that, because you know me. I want to see some people climb up that ladder, and I want to get that briefcase. So, I maybe should set up those streams, too. I'll probably do it during Memorial Day. I'll probably do it during Memorial Day so you guys are really prepared. But, again, I will see you guys Saturday.